That's it, right there. That's my broken nose. And believe it or not, I don't even know how or when I broke my nose. It's fully healed by now, but it healed back a little bit misplaced so that it caused a plethora of problems that have been plaguing my life for the last 10 years. If you listen to my voice right now, do I sound like I'm a little bit nasally to you? Like listen really, really closely. Do I sound like I'm somewhat congested, like I just got over a cold? Well, that's how I've been sounding for the last few years, and it's only been getting worse as the months progress. I don't want to sound like a baby, but I feel like this is one of the biggest problems I've had in my entire life. Whenever I'm trying to sleep, it feels like I'm breathing through a coffee straw and I can't get any good night's sleep. I'm always tired throughout the day. I have these pounding migraines that come and go. I feel this pressure on the front of my face, which is my sinus. I've even had twitching in my right eye for it's been 2 months. It has not gone away yet. I can't even pray properly as a Muslim because I can't put my head to the floor. And I go to my ear, nose, and throat specialist. I just tell him all my symptoms. He says, oh, most likely a sinus infection. I'm going to give you these antibiotics. Try it out. And if you're not better in 1 week, we're going to try something very different. 7 to 10 days go by and nothing happens at all. So he does a sinus panoramic x-ray on me where that machine circles your face, kind of like at the dentist office. And then as he's reading the x-ray that he just took, he's like, when did you break your nose? I look back at him like, what the? So apparently my nose has been broken for the better part of 10 years and I didn't even know about it. Maybe I was playing basketball as a kid and the ball cracked me in the face. Or I was playing football a lot when I was younger. I don't know what it was, but a small piece, not on the outside, more so on the inside of my nose, actually cracked and now it's still bent. It healed back, but it's healed in the wrong way.
Right there, you see how it's pushed to the left?
Yeah.
And it's blocking the front of your nose. What came into view is this.
Yeah, what's
this? Is called a concha ballosa. What that is an air pocket in the middle terminate, and it plugs this side and it makes everything narrow, but I don't see a good opening into your forehead sinuses, and that's why what will happen when the barometric pressure changes, you'll feel that pressure up in your forehead because it's like a balloon pushing against, and there's no opening there. You have a big cyst. The headaches are all this stuff up here. You can see this gray right here and this gray right here.
Yeah.
That's pushing up against the front of your brain right there, and that's the headaches are more to do with the narrowing of that frontal sinus. You can see how narrow everything is, and you can see how you have this gray stuff. That's just chronic.
So now I have to have surgery again. My doctor gave me 2 options. Please comment below if I made the correct choice on these 2 options. The first option was to do a fully fledged 3-hour-long surgery with over 1 week recovery time, where he basically like knocks me out for 3 hours. He goes in, chisels off the broken bone inside my nose, does all the work he has to, has like a little cutting instrument, goes in there, goes behind my sinus, clears out the little cyst, cleans my little gunk right here, and does all of the above in 3 hours. Or the second option is a lot less invasive, a lot less scary, and this is honestly why I chose the second option, because the first is like, look, it's a really, really slim chance, most likely not going to happen, like less than 1% chance from the surgery because it's so close to your eyes and to your brain, you could go blind. Whoa. My boy, what? He said, look, this never happened to me. It's never happened to any of my patients, but I've seen it happen to somebody else before. There's still a risk. It's really, really low. The surgery would normally do like a 90+% success rate. It's going to work. You're going to feel great after, but there's a less than 1% chance you could lose your eyesight. Okay, no, I'm good. I don't want to hear the rest. Give me option 2. Now, option 2 is a lot less invasive, although the success rate of it actually helping me is like 60 to 70%. So it's not as powerful as the last one, but it's a lot less dangerous. This technology just came out in the last like 6 or 7 years, so it's fairly new, where he would put these balloons in my nose. They're not inflated just yet. And once they're there, he would expand them and inflate them so that it pushes my deviated septum back into the correct place. And then he would make sure that it's open enough over here and expanded so that when I breathe out or I blow my nose or I even use like a saline rinse, I can push out all of the gunk that's hurting me, giving me headaches, not letting me work out, where I can't even bend over. It's all because of the gunk in between my eyeballs, and that should be able to come out naturally on its own over time. So that was a surgery. 20-30 minutes. I'm like, bro, sign me up. I'm down. The surgeon walks in, instantly puts in these 2 like numbing pads into my nose. And then they call me into the operating room. I sit down, and then some guy has this little pen that he's pointing at my face. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm trying to track your face to the x-ray that you took earlier, so that when he's doing the surgery, he can measure his tool like precisely to your sinus and you can't even see it. I'm like, no freaking way. They have a VR chat, a full body tracking system for a sinus. That was sick. The anesthesiologist attaches this big clear tube of some liquid into my IV, and then he just like looks at me. He says, all right, good night, buddy. And then just shoots me up with this clear liquid. I don't know what it was, but that felt good, bro. He put it in, and I swear it was from my left forearm. I felt it in my right shoulder. Everything was tingling. I look around and I'm like, all I remember is a bunch of people looking at me saying, Alex, wake up, Alex, hello. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then someone walks in and he's like, bro, subscribe to iamLucid's channel. Okay, that part didn't happen, but I think you should subscribe anyways, because I just, Now, at this point, post-surgery, I could finally breathe. I know there's some gauze on my face and I'm still bleeding down to my mustache, but when I tried to breathe, a whole mountain of oxygen just flooded straight through my nose for the first time of my life. There was so much wind going through my sinus and it felt amazing. But at the same time, I was tripping.
What the hell? That was a deep sleep. It's really not bad, I'm just tired. It'll wear off in like 30 and I should be good to play video games. Thank you to my editors that are working for me while I'm in surgery. I love you guys. I'll kiss you. What the hell? Where am I? I haven't breathed so clear in my life. This is crazy to me. Like, I'm just slightly putting in like force to breathe and there's no drag. It's not like I'm breathing through a coffee straw anymore. Like, I'm just breathing like an insane amount of air. Like, it feels so good.
But when I got home, it was tough. All the drugs wore off and I felt all the pain, all the pressure. My sinus became inflamed. I couldn't breathe anymore. And on top of that, I feel like I actually caught COVID. I didn't test positive for like 3 days. It could have just been a cold, but damn, I really think that I caught COVID the day I got back after my surgery. It was so bad. When all of that blood and stuff that was stuck in my sinus that should have been draining out now normally, naturally, it was no longer draining because my sickness made it clog. I tried to sleep, but I had to breathe from my mouth. I had to put a humidifier by my bed, sleep upright, sitting with pillows like propping me up, and put the humidifier so it's pointing towards my mouth so that as I breathe like this, my throat doesn't get dry after like 4 hours of sleeping. Oh my God, that was bad. But on night 3, I'm trying to sleep, right? And I feel like there's something in the back of my nose. So I'm just gently blowing my nose, going against the surgeon's rules. You can't blow your nose for 5 or 7 days after. So I'm just gently blowing my nose into a napkin. And a lot of like mucus is coming out. I can feel it coming. So I keep on going like, hey, maybe this is a good thing. And then I look down at this tissue. It's literally 2 a.m, right? And all I see is blood, bro. This tissue was color red. It was mucus and dried red, old, like 3-day-old blood. Yes, I know I just sneezed out like a pound of dried post-surgery operation blood, but now I can breathe. I can really breathe perfectly from both of my nostrils. So much air was coming through. I slept that night like a king. 8 hours straight, woke up full of energy. It was amazing. But I will not lie to you. This is me post-surgery. You might hear a difference in my voice. You might not. Hopefully you should hear a slight, I might be a little bit less nasally. They put this little catheter through my nose. They blow it up. I'm not sure if that's air or water in there or something that creates a really high pressure. And then it expands the sinus nostril, but then also creates micro, hair fractures on the bone linings around the sinus where it's trying to expand. That's better off than, knocking off the bone itself or doing a full deep surgery. It's actually very minimally invasive. But that's what happened during my surgery. And I won't go ahead and say that it solved all of my sinus issues, but it solved a good 60% of them. I can run now, I can work out, I can sleep, I can even prostrate as I'm praying, put my head on the floor and not feel an insane, immense pressure in my frontal sinus. Also, think about it, this whole balloon sinuplasty operation came out just about 7 years ago, so it's still relatively new. Now I'm thinking, if I have to go back every 7 years, as my surgeon has said, to go reopen my sinus again, maybe, and just maybe, in the next 7 years, there'll be a brand new technology that comes out that's even more effective than last year. So I'm pretty hopeful for that. Hopefully that will solve my issue permanently. But as of now, I'm liking it. Quality of life has increased and my nose, while still in the broken position, I'm living with it perfectly fine. This was my journey, my operation. I thank you all for listening. If you have any sinus issues or have any sinus tricks that can help us all breathe better, please let me know in the comments below. I love you all. And if you're still here, please subscribe so we can get to 1 million. We're so freaking close. Thank you. I love you. Stay dreaming. Stay lucid. I'm out. Peace.